Remember when Gillette put out a series of ads about how they are going to stop toxic masculinity, how they were gonna save all of you from toxic men, and to prove you weren't toxic for some reason, you were supposed to then purchase one of their razors. Do you remember that? Remember, because I remember that. I remember when I was told that they didn't want my money anymore, that they didn't want any kind of toxic masculinity from me. Well, yet another razor company has gone woke. This time it's Braun, featuring a men's beard trimmer, features a biological woman who's had a double mastectomy to sell razors to men. Now, I think it's pretty clear to me. It's pretty clear to me that this is the way. This is a playbook type item for generating outrage and free marketing online. But I'm telling you, like, I'm so close to starting razor brand razors. If the Daily Wire hadn't already done it, I'd probably be doing it. I can be almost certain that I would. I don't know if I have the size and scale to do it, but I certainly know that, by the way, that's why I started Coffee Brand Coffee. Some people like to say the name is dumb or whatever, but I literally, that's the point of the name, is to stay, politics free, to imply I don't care what my customers' politics are. By the way, 15% off site-wide with promo code UNDERATTACK. We've got 2 new fall flavors out, a dozen organic teas, 3 real cacao cocos. We've got K-Cups. We've got merch like this hat I'm wearing. Please consider supporting and giving us a try. Just know you'll love our products if you take the plunge. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. Link in the description. Campaigners fury over Braun's advert for men's trimmers, which features a biological female with a double mastectomy, with the zipper top, people call them. Look, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but I think that anybody living their life the way they want to live it, as long as it doesn't infringe on my rights, is totally fine. I don't have any problem with trans individuals at all. Now, I will point out the obvious political ploy by running ads like this. Gillette, Harry's Razors, Dollar Shave Club, Braun, they are all leftist political companies that fired, I had Dollar Shave Club fire me because I wasn't a leftist. I mean, these are companies that are all actively political. Braun has been slammed as shockingly immoral after advertising men's trimmers with a trans model who's had a double mastectomy. Of course, they couldn't just use this biological female and leave a shirt on, because all men shave shirtless. That's how we all shave. The reason they are not wearing a shirt is to virtue signal and say, look, it's a trans person. Wow, trans people buy my razors. Braun executives must have been living under a rock if they think this campaign represents inclusivity. The reality is, Braun has now written itself into the history as promoting social contagion and what will become one of the most notorious medical scandals ever. I agree with that, by the way. You're going to see massive lawsuits. It's already started. I called it years ago. You have all these big pharma and doctors convincing young, healthy people to chop off parts of their bodies. Did you think that they weren't going to grow out of it? This is just my opinion. I'm not a scientist, right? But here's the thing. Are there trans individuals? Are there people with gender dysmorphia? Yes, this is a medical fact. Do I believe that there are far more people who are confused and consume the social contagion and the promotion with platforms like TikTok and see people like Dylan Mulvaney get, multi-million-dollar advertising contracts, seeing people get social media famous just for being, trans? Do they see that and then maybe consider at 14 when they're going through a really weird body changes and they're really awkward that perhaps they're trans? Yes, I believe that exists. I believe that there are large numbers of young men and young boys and girls who are confused. They complain that the grooming advert goes beyond what's acceptable under the Advertising Standards Authority. The ASA's guidance warns against glamorizing or trivializing the decision to have cosmetic surgery, which should never be portrayed as safe, easy, or risk-free. James Esses, the co-founder of Thoughtful Therapists, a group of psychologists concerned about the impact of gender identity ideology, added, quote, "Once again, we find a private corporation willing to glorify irreversible surgery being performed on the healthy chest of a woman in pure pursuit of profit." It comes just weeks after Costa Coffee was accused also of glamorizing complex and dangerous surgery by covering a van with a cartoon imagery featuring mastectomy scars. The UK's largest coffee chain defended its use of the image to promote inclusivity and diversity, but was branded as crass and irresponsible and absolute bonkers, and there were calls for a boycott of the company on social media. The image depicting an androgynous-looking character wearing long shorts with scars below on their chest is taken from a mural designed by the chain. I think that what's interesting to me is it's so easy to boycott these things. That's why I need to it's too late. The market's been cornered by Daily Wire for razors, but most of these razor companies, fellas, listen to me, man. They make a lot of money off of us. A lot. If you actually want to get off the rat race of the razors, is buy a really high quality straight razor. It'll last you your entire life. Does it take longer? Does it take a while to get good at it? Yes, but that thing will last you forever. You get a leather strap, you keep that thing sharp, and it's gone. And you're off the treadmill forever. And it looks cool. And or what do you call them? Safety razors? Not straight? I don't know. You know what I mean. The thing is, guys don't want to do that. They want to just take take the razor and go, whatever. I get it. But, I think that, look into safety razors. Maybe that's what I should sell. Maybe I'm having a brainwave right now, live during this topic. Maybe I should sell razor brand razors, the last razor you'll ever need. The thing is that there's not a lot of money in that, right? You can use, oh, by the way, Manscaped got rid of me too because some leftoids emailed them too. So Manscaped's out too in terms of companies that bend the knee to cancel culture, or companies that push their own ideologies. But, I think that when you have these, and this is only the beginning, right? This is, you see Braun's advert for men beard trimmer. You see the comments, "I'll never buy from them." You see, what a Philips Norelco maybe. People are just saying, I don't get the hate. Braun are owned by Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble are owned by Vanguard and BlackRock. The entities behind these organizations care not if they lose money. They already own everything apart from the hearts of the people. They are subverting humanity through this agenda. I don't disagree with that. And I wonder why Braun didn't put the ad on Twitter. And of course you see, the other side of things, by the way. Transphobes freak out over trans man appearing in Braun razor ad. It's a biological woman. I'm not going to say trans man. It's a biological woman. That is a fact. Transphobes are blasting the razor company Braun for its ad featuring a biological woman who cut off healthy parts of her body while shirtless with visible mastectomy scars on his chest. No, it's a biological woman. British critics say the ad violates regional advertising standing. I mean, they could be interesting. This could be an interesting way to push back against this. And like it could be very, very, very interesting. The ad for Braun's razors trimmers show, blah blah blah. Maya Forrester, executive director of the transphobic activist group Sex Matters, told the Telegraph that the ad goes against advertising. Says this could be a way to push back against this. I mean, this biological woman chose to, in my opinion, mutilate herself for no sign. I've seen no convincing scientific evidence that this helps at all, by the way. And, you have this situation where, like, this is not to sell razors to biological women. This is to generate outrage. Well, hey, if you've got a Braun product, maybe this weekend think about picking up a safety razor or a straight razor, something that you don't need to replace all that often, or take some time and look for a small company and scour their... Fellas, this is kind of an important decision because it's just like beer or your brand of cigs or whatever you might do. Like, you stay kind of loyal to that for everything. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this is. Trans men shave. Braun sells advertising product. Why the outrage? Okay, cool. You can have the 0.001% of the population, while the rest of us move on to a product that is not interested in virtue signaling online.